When I first saw Zendaya cast as Athena in the Odyssey, I was pretty disappointed. But it wasn't because of the casting or a performance or anything like that. It was because Athena usually looks like this. A warrior goddess decked out in full battle gear, holding a spear and wearing her iconic helmet. But in the film, she just looked like a simple maiden. I wanted the proper, real Athena goddess. But by the time the credits rolled in the film, I actually realized that Nolan was doing something really clever. And it wasn't the way he made it that the statue was beheaded the same time that Zendaya as a maiden was killed. But there's actually another parallel that he was referencing when you look at the original Greek story. And if you watch the movie, you probably missed this. So let me unpack it for you. So to get the full picture, first a quick recap. The Greeks went to war for Helen, all led by Agamemnon, who famously sacrificed his own daughter just to get favorable sailing winds. But at that exact time, there was actually a war going on in the heavens as well, and all the Greek gods kind of picked their sides, the Trojans or the Greeks. So Athena was firmly team Greece. But even so, she actually had a sacred temple inside Troy, kind of a bit of a conflict of interest. So even when the Greeks took over, they had to make sure, this temple wasn't defiled. So what happens in Homer's epic with the fall of Troy is a little bit different to the movie. After the Greeks snuck in to Troy using the Trojan horse method, which Odysseus came up with, one warrior named Ajax the Lesser finds a Trojan princess and prophetess named Cassandra clinging to the statue of Athena. She was clinging for divine protection. But what did Ajax do? He dragged her away and desecrated her right there in front of Athena's temple. So even though Athena loved the Greeks, was team Greece, she couldn't stand for such a horrific sacrilege. And the real trigger was that the other Greeks that saw this did nothing. So she went to Poseidon and they together unleashed catastrophic storms on the returning Greek fleet, drowning this Ajax the Lesser and scattering the Greek ships all over the ocean. Odysseus, of course, was part of this as well, but because she was kind of like the patron saint of Odysseus and he was her guy who, because he was all about strategy and wisdom, which she was the goddess of, she let him suffer, but she also was still looking after him. So when you look at Zendaya's role in Nolan's film, she actually covers this dynamic pretty well, really. She exists as this presence that's both simultaneously supportive and haunting to Odysseus. She's on his side, but then she's also kind of, disappointed with him sometimes. But obviously Nolan probably didn't want to do the exact rendering of the original story, but by having this maiden killed at the exact moment Athena's statue is beheaded, he creates this kind of special cinematic parallel. He essentially fused elements of Cassandra's temple sanctuary myth and the priestess tragedy all together to give Odysseus a direct personal guilt complex which haunts him throughout the journey. And although it's not the original story, it still kind of captures the spirit of the horrifying thing that happens and how Odysseus is stuck with the guilt from this. Personally, I'm not always a fan when they make deities or gods this vision to people where you're the whole time not even sure if it really is a god or if it's just some hallucination they're having. But in this case, I actually think it worked pretty well. It honors the core theme of Homer's original tragedy while giving us a grounded, haunting, and psychological masterpiece. Anyway, that was my thoughts on it. What did you think? Let me know in the comments.